Osore is out now. It's a mix of classic shoot 'em up games and modern roguelikes all about fighting inner fears, and it launched Wednesday, October 26, 2022. First of all, the link to the game page is in the description, so you can play Osore right now. That would really mean the world to me. Osore is my first ever big game project that I was able to finish, and I love to document this journey right here on my YouTube channel. I started right at the beginning and showed you literally every step in development, which ended up in you also helping me to improve the game. This here is the last one of these devlogs, showing you the last weeks before launch. Enjoy! Between the last devlog and release date announcement, I obviously did a lot of work, but more like smaller and less noticeable stuff. In the polishing phase of a game, this is basically what you do all the time. Besides tweaking the post-processing and making ambience particles or bug fixes, I added some more interesting things like chains and a new progress bar on the game over screen. Looks a lot better now in my opinion. I'd really like to tell you everything I did in terms of tweaks and fixes, but that would make the video insanely long, and I think we should move on. On October 8th, I finally announced Osore's release date with the first trailer. If you wonder how I created that trailer, I made a separate video on that, but I can say that it took 3 months to complete. So that's where the fun began. I totally forgot one major system in Osore, and that meant I needed to do everything planned and the system in just 18 days. This system was the achievement system, which also required a lot more testing than other things. So I immediately began to figure out the layout and create the necessary art. This already took 3 days because I also needed to create a daily drawing for Inktober. Spoiler, on day 26 I needed to give up Inktober because of the release. This meant at some point that sleep wasn't a real thing anymore. I literally slept just 1 hour each for 4 or 5 days, which is insane. And after a whole week I was able to call this completed. And the rest was just testing, fixing bugs and creating videos or posts related to Osore. I tried to be very active on that side. Already before the announcement trailer I also created the itch.io page and started setting up the original soundtrack album, which was released on Spotify on the same day. So you can also check out the OST album. Chris did an amazing job on the soundtrack. And then it was October 26th, the final day. Luckily everything went smoothly at first and I was able to click the release button with no more problems. Later then I was told that the Mac build doesn't work, which was quite frustrating for me because most of my friends use Mac OS. I still don't get it to run on there and there's no more way to fix it, to be honest. Linux worked but was full of bugs, so I couldn't release that either. Huge sorry for making any promises here. At first the launch didn't feel too special, but I was just so happy that I achieved my goal after 18 months. And for those who don't know, my goal was to finally finish a game. Just a few minutes later, however, I was quite scared because now Osore is out in the public. The complete rest of the day was just a little bit weird, so unusual, so exciting and scary at the same time. I just can't really tell you what it feels like. Now if you like what you see here, Osore is, as said, out on itch.io. It would mean the world to me if you gave it a try and tell me what you think about the game. Well, what's next? I can't tell you exactly what's next because I just really don't know it. But I can tell you what I wish was next. After this video is released, I will first take a little break from game dev, YouTube or any social media for a time that I really don't know yet. It can be 2 weeks because I always need to work on something and can't really take a break, or 3 months. I just really don't know it. I just need to take some time off and actually live for a change. But don't worry, I will definitely return with new and even more exciting game dev adventures. There will probably first do a few little projects and challenges before I move on to the next big project. I already have a few ideas for challenges or little projects, but they need to wait. With that said, if you enjoyed this video or the entire series, it would mean so much to me if you liked and subscribed. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram so you know when I'm back at making games before everyone else. See you in a few weeks or so. Cheers and thanks for everything.